we're back with Teens Talking with Teens. Today we're talking about gun violence, and we're talking about guns, and we have our pro guns, and we have our cons on guns. Today we're here with the youth from the S.T.E.P.S program, which is Strong Teens Excelling in Prevention Services, and this is our debate session number 2. So we're going to start today. We usually start with a number, so I need you all to pick a number from 1 through 10, and whoever has the closest will start the debate today.
Oh, 5.
5.
7.
The number is 4 again this week.
It was 4 the last time.
Starting with the pro.
Alright. Well, I'd first like to open up by saying good evening. And we are for carrying guns. Reasons for carrying guns is it's 2012, new year. Everybody's out there and everybody's doing crazy stuff. Everybody's not exactly all together in the head. So, people are going to do crazy things. So I recommend that teens are first trained to carry guns, and then they carry the guns, because everybody can't be carrying a gun. But guns are a good self-defense mechanism, and this time of day you need self-defense.
Well, I would like to say we are kind. That concealed handguns are actually not an effective form of self-defense. I have here a November 2009 peer-reviewed study published in the American Journal of Public Health by Charles Brannis. He said that he found that someone carrying a gun for self-defense was 4.5 times more likely to be shot during an assault than an assault victim without a gun, and because the attackers are often surprise victims, making it difficult to use a concealed handgun.
Well, we have a rebuttal to that. According to a 2000 study, carrying guns has reduced homicides by 8.5%, aggravated assaults by 7%, rapes by 5%, and robberies by 3%. So judging by the facts, that sounds pretty good to me.
Okay, well, I have here that roughly 16,272 murders were committed in the United States during 2008. Of these, about 10,886, or 67%, were committed with firearms.
So they're saying that firearms have a high number of murder rates in major, I'm assuming that's a major city. So how would you all combat that they say that, hey, we have all these murders going on, and a large percent of them come from people having unlicensed handguns?
Well, a person may feel safer carrying a concealed weapon, and they have the right to, guaranteed by the Second Amendment.
So they say that, hey, it's my constitutional right to bear arms, as that statement goes?
The right to bear arms.
You say what?
It's not for teens.
Yeah, it's not for teens. So you have to
It's
be
only for
21 and up, I believe.
not for teens.
So,
The ability to carry a concealed handgun is not a right granted by the U.S. Constitution. The Second Amendment provides for citizens to bear arms for universal military obligation in a well-regulated militia, not for personal carry.
Well, I want you to, taking your statement into consideration, I want you to think about this for a second. Everybody not in the military. Everybody is not a retired or active on-duty policeman. Everybody, there are criminals out there who are willing to do anything for $5 at the most. And I don't know about you all, but me, I'm not going to be walking around the streets just defenseless. I would want to have some way or form of fighting back or having some form of self-defense if said attacker attacks me. And a gun seems like the best way to me, although I do not carry guns because that's just not me.
And if you trust 18-year-olds to carry weapons in the military service or as police officers, why wouldn't you trust them to legally carry it in public?
Rebuttal.
Because in the military they're not trained. I mean, in the military they're trained, but now it's like when they just out and they just come from, you know, hood or something. They just, you know, playing video games all day, playing at the bar or something. They don't think just to shoot. Or just be trying to, you know, be a thug or whatever you want to call it.
Well, the way you're saying it, you're making it sound like every teenager in the world is running around carrying a gun. But in actuality, they're not. Most people who do carry guns normally in the streets are law-abiding citizens and are trained to do this.
Yeah, you have to apply to carry a concealed permit. You have to apply to carry a concealed weapon permit.
So, their argument is that, hey, it's a process, everyone is screened, you know, the government or they have put provisions in place to safeguard against people who are not knowing who these people are who are carrying these weapons. So, what do you all say to that?
So you let your 16-year-old, 14-year-old, 12-year-old carry a gun around? You just let them walk around with a gun?
Would you?
No, I wouldn't.
Well, let's just say, let's scenario for a second, if I may. Scenario. You're a 16-year-old walking down the street. All of a sudden, jump out the alleyway, a robber, about 6'2", I don't know, dark skin, real buff, and carrying a gun. Now, let's say, scenario number one, your 16-year-old doesn't carry a gun. You know, has no money on him, the robber doesn't believe him, shoots him dead, another one bites the dust. Scenario number two, that teen has a gun. He shows the attacker the weapon, the attacker suddenly gets frightened and runs off because he thinks that the one that's the victim knows how to carry a gun, because of the criminal mind, 9 times out of 10 is not a very wise mind, so to speak. So if my 16-year-old was carrying a gun, he would probably be more safer and feel more safer, because if you feel good, you are good. So if you feel safe, 9 times out of 10 you will be safe.
But there's other resources than guns. Just a mace or something. You get plenty of other resources. You don't have to always use a gun.
Well, what's always the most available and most out there? Guns. I don't see anybody out there selling knives or grenades or anything else out there. No, I see guns. So, whatever you got, you can't stand anybody with no pen and expect to have something happen.
You got knives
Something causes damage.
You have knives at home.
Which one go? Go home to the kitchen and get a kitchen knife? Waste
You
all
carry a
that.
knife with you.
Carry a kitchen knife with you?
It's possible.
Okay, guns have locks. Knives don't. You can easily fall and stab yourself with the knife. But if you have safety on a gun, you can fall and you can just fall with the gun, get back up, dust yourself off, carry yourself home.
Okay, now what you saying that, what are the chances are if, you know, since you say it's a new year, you know, people are going through a lot of stuff. I recall there was a girl that used to go to my school. You probably heard about it. She killed herself because she was depressed from school. Like she wasn't getting any help. But she didn't have a gun. She didn't kill herself with a gun, but she hung herself. But what I'm saying is, what are the chances are of that teen turning the gun on himself? Because it's like concealed carrying, like you carrying a gun, it like increases like the likelihood like of an unattended shooting taking place. Like they might turn that gun on themselves.
So last rebuttal to that. So they're saying that, hey, you have these guns, you know, and you have people who are not stable or who have these situations going on, and if they had access to a gun that that the situation could have been more fatal than with just a hanging, that it could have been a shooting, they could have shot themselves, that they could have gone out and, and shot their attacker, because I'm assuming that you can't hang everybody at the same time, so it's easier to, but a gun empowers people to do more damage. Your last rebuttal, then we will go to our final statement, closing argument.
Wait, could you repeat that, please?
So, you have a situation with a friend from school. She hung herself because of different things that were going on in school. She was depressed, not being accepted, I'm assuming. And their argument is that, hey, had she had a gun, that it might not have just been a hanging, that she may have, shot herself, or not knowing how to properly use a gun and not in a controlled environment. She may have taken a gun and, she may have killed herself in the open. She may have caused a bigger problem than just hanging herself. So the gun may have empowered her to go out and have people watch this, or have people be a part of this, either by watching or by administering bullets to everybody that's involved.
Not that I support that or anything, but I'm pretty sure if she had the gun, it wouldn't change from her wanting to kill herself.
And besides, there's a pro and con to everything. A gun can do more damage, but a gun can also provide more protection. And it's not in administrating bullets. You can administrate a stab wound, you can administrate a toxic gas leak, you can administrate any damage to anybody you want. A gun is not the worst thing.
So they say on the pro side that, hey, that her mental stability would not have changed the fact of her death, that a gun would have made a difference in the outcome for her life, because she would have, if it had not been a gun, or that she still found a way to kill herself by hanging, or would have used a knife, and she just used the means of what she had. And they're saying that, hey, maybe had she used, that it may have not been with a hanging, it might have been long, it might have been drawn out. So guns are not the worst way that you can kill yourself. You're saying that a hanging could be longer, could be more suffering, a knife could be more longer and suffering than a gun, and that's just not the end all to be all. Okay, can we have final facts from the conference?
Well, okay. If you ask me, guns kill. We all know, in the movies, video games, everything that children brought up to, expect to learn, like playing the games and everything, but, we're not killers. We all not killers in this room. We good people. We will hurt somebody. We won't kill them. Like, it's not in everybody's spirit to kill someone unless they're really used to it. But there are a lot less lethal ways of trying to defend yourself. You got mace, you got tasers. You wouldn't just want to
resort to a gun.
Right. That shouldn't be the first resort to just killing someone with a gun.
But should killing someone be a result at all? And if it is, does it really matter? Playing up the statement before, not the worst thing that you could die from. If you die slow and painfully, a gun makes it quick and easily depending on where you're shot at. So, in actuality, death comes at any time, by anything, through anyone. Simple as that.
Final facts from
Being teenagers, a lot of teenagers have parents who own guns, but you have to take a class to be allowed to touch that gun, and it's 100% legal, and you're exercising your legal rights.
Awesome.